I still remember my 16th birthday like it was yesterday. It was a mild late summer night. Back then, I had a brilliant idea to invite pretty much everyone I knew, around 100 people. And where did we celebrate? At my old school. The outside area wasn't locked in those days, and to us it felt like the perfect spot. Huge, empty, and far enough away from any houses. Safe, right? We pushed 2 shopping carts filled with drinks all the way there, and soon the place was buzzing with voices, laughter, and music. For a while, it felt like we had our own little world. Until around 11 o'clock, when suddenly 3 police cars rolled up. Next, 100 teenagers were running in every direction, sprinting into the night as if their life depended on it. Absolute chaos. The brave or unlucky ones who stayed behind had to deal with the mess we left. The funny thing is, even today people tell me they met their best friend there, or their very first boyfriend or girlfriend. Looking back, it was one of those nights that just stays with you. Back then, being outside felt natural, almost effortless. How comes we don't go outside anymore? As technology advanced, a lot of us started spending our time at work inside. Later, the hobbies and entertainment followed. Meeting outside in the park, playing football, street music, cinema. All this shifted to chatting on the phone, social media, video games, and streaming. Don't get me wrong, we still do these outside activities, but the decline of them is alarming. Many people rather do it as something extraordinary instead of something they're used to. And sure, it's convenient. You can order food, groceries, literally anything you want without ever leaving your couch. Why bother stepping outside? But there are activities like cinema or concerts, right? You can't order these ones. Well, even those are less popular for many because going outside often means spending money. But what about going for a walk or hike in nature, you might ask? Many people are so drained after work that they just choose the way of lowest resistance. From staring at a screen in the office all day to staring at one at home. Also, where should they go, living in a big city? Of course, the big forest in the middle of, let's say, Berlin. Who doesn't know it? Anyways, I could have named any big city. So where are you supposed to go? Not everyone has a car, and driving out of the city takes time. By the time you get there after work, the sun is already setting. I've been coaching a sport for a while now, and one thing I've noticed when I compare my own childhood to today is that kids seem less naturally active. I think part of it comes from spending more time indoors and less time exploring outside. Another thing I've observed is that attention spans can be shorter these days. Sometimes I wonder if I'm boring them when I explain a drill, or maybe the sprinkler next to the field just looks more interesting. It's easy to see why. Many parents use screens to keep their kids calm and give themselves a little break. Which makes total sense, but it also means less time moving and playing. New input every few seconds on the screen makes the brain get used to these short dopamine peaks. Another activity with less things happening can make them impatient and bored. All of this makes me realize just how important it is to encourage even small moments outside, because those little experiences can spark curiosity, energy, and confidence in ways screens simply can't. Humans are social. Being part of a community was essential for survival, and our brains are still wired to crave connection. Isolation was dangerous. Children learn friendship, empathy, and conflict resolution early on. They, as well as adults and other living creatures, have a unique character. Some are curious and bold from the minute they're born, others are compassionate and caring, and yet others are thoughtful and patient. I don't like defining people by a few traits. I believe everyone has them all to varying degrees, shaped differently by genetics, upbringing, and experiences. Additionally, I don't think people are purely introverted or extroverted. I believe we all have both sides, showing up in different degrees, depending on the social situation, our mood, and even the energy of the day. When I was young, I spent a big amount of my time outside with my friends. The circle expanded year by year. First only our garden, later the street, and little by little it became our whole city. From playing catch or hide and seek as young kids to having adventures I wouldn't want to miss. Nowadays I read a lot of YouTube comments on how people have never really had friends or spent their whole lives with virtual friends. Missing out on all these core memories and the adventures, I wouldn't want my kids to spend the entire day inside in front of a screen. As it might feel weird or scary at first, sometimes daring to step out the comfort zone can gain you a new perspective.
Oh,
where did you get this cliché sentence from? No, I made this up. Nevertheless, new friends, physical activity, fresh air. What more do you want? Here are 9 reasons for you to go outside. You're happier. Being in nature boosts the mood and triggers the release of feel-good hormones, making us happier. Less stress and anxiety. Being in nature reduces stress-related hormones. It makes us calmer and more balanced. Stronger defenses. Fresh air and natural environments can support the immune system and help the body's defenses stay active. Sharper focus. Nature restores attention. It clears mental fog and helps us regain concentration and clarity. Relaxed eyes. Looking into wide, natural landscapes gives our eyes a rest and eases the strain of constant screen time.
Yeah, mine are totally fine. Okay, that seemed funnier in my head.
Increased longevity. Spending time in natural environments is linked to a longer, healthier life. Better sleep quality. Exposure to natural light during the day supports better sleep. A stronger heart. Time outdoors lowers blood pressure, supports circulation, and strengthens cardiovascular health. Digital detox. Being outdoors encourages breaks from screens, reducing mental fatigue and screen dependence.
Yep, I'm totally not using a screen to record this.
It doesn't even need to be an hour. Just try 30 minutes every day, either with someone or alone, but leave your phone at home. Combining going outside with physical activity lets you achieve 2 goals at once. Bringing up the pulse at least once a day a little has so many benefits, so why not combine them? It's funny how the same hour can feel so different depending on where we spend it. Perhaps that's because being outdoors connects us more directly to the rhythms of nature, while indoors we're bound to the clock. Nature never rushes, and it still remains in harmony. All those memories, almost all of them happened because I decided to leave my house. Go outside before we lose touch with it entirely.
Auf gar keinen Fall.